At least 50% of the time, more often than 50% of the time, it throws a fault error during a drive. It's most of the time it is a adaptive suspension fault, the electronic shocks, and then it stiffens it right up. That's the most minor thing that it's happening. And it'll go full stiff on the suspension. That's the most annoying thing, is you lose your drive modes and you go full stiff suspension. Hello folks, welcome to Netcruzer Cars. The Jaguar F-Pace SVR has one particular intermittent fault left that I'm going to try and fix DIY style. It has to do with the drive modes and the active suspension. So this has a variable suspension where it can go from stiff to hard, comfort to sport, and it relies on these ride height sensors, same as they use on the Land Rover, but on this it doesn't have airbag suspension, it has adjustable monotube dampers. There's ride height sensors, and on one of my front right one is gone a little bit bad. I can change, where is it? So I can change this ride height sensor. Where are you? Here it is, right here. So there's the cable on the bottom, and there's the little link that rides as the suspension goes up and down, and it reads that potentiometer there, and one bolt should take that out and replace it. Now, I got a quote from a shop to fix that of $500, $260 from the part from Land Rover and another $250 for installation and calibration. I didn't want to pay that, so I started looking around on eBay, and I found one from Latvia, and it is now here. This is the same part that came out of a Land Rover Velar. The Land Rover Velar is the same as a F-Pace platform, so they share a lot of the same parts. So here's a genuine Jaguar Ride Height Sensor that had 25,000 kilometers on it. Mine has 100,000 kilometers on it, and the front right ride height sensor has started to fail. So this one, genuine OEM quality. It's an actual Jaguar part. It is for the front right with all the brackets. So I should be able to just pop that screw out of the top, remove it, and replace it with this one. And I'm hoping I do not have to recalibrate, because if the vehicle's on the ground and it doesn't get way out of whack of the sensor reading, I should be able to just remove and replace this. One screw, this just slips, this is just rubber, it just slips over the little grommet to hold onto it, and then the movement of this is a potentiometer inside, and that's what changes the voltage reading going through the sensor that tells the car what position the suspension is. The current fault is that eventually it'll just get an erroneous reading off this front right, and then what the car does is it restricts you in your drive modes, and it goes full stiff suspension. So if you're in dynamic with soft suspension, it'll kick you out of dynamic, it'll put you back into normal mode, it'll quietly exhaust, and it'll go full stiff on the suspension. That's the most annoying thing, is you lose your drive modes and you go full stiff suspension. So if you're riding around and you in a acclimate weather and you want to have the adaptive surface response mode, or you want to stay in the full dynamic mode where it gives you the most aggressive throttle, once this throws an error, it doesn't go away until you power cycle the car, or essentially turn it off, turn it back on again. Then it'll reset and it'll work again for another 10-20 kilometers, and then it'll throw the code, and then you lose your drive modes again. So the sensor change should fix that last annoying issue with this car, and all known faults will be fixed once I put this in, and we'll be enjoying F-Pace life with no errors. All right, here we are. The old one is out, and yeah, it's definitely seized up. You can barely move this part. It also has a bunch of oily residue all over it from probably when I had my valve cover leaking on that side. So this new one is obviously in much better condition. This one's definitely seized up. Can't even barely move that by hand. So yeah, out with the old. It's the exact same part. Where's the part number? It's so grungy you can't see it. Is it the exact same part number? I think so. This is the old one. 20 CA GX73. Here's the new one. All right, let's put it in. 1 8mm bolt. That's all you need. 1 8mm bolt goes through here, just hangs there. Do it by hand tools. Working great. All right, that one's super easy. I barely even broke a sweat on that. I was able to do it with just my fingers and one hand tool, an 8mm wrench, box wrench, and it's in there. The new sensor is installed. Nice green sticker. We've got it on there. I've got it torqued down, connectors on. This just pulls off by the rubber over the little post. Just pulls on and off, super easy. So that's it. Now I just need to start the car up and go for a drive and see if that air's gone. It should be, because obviously the old one was seized up and this one feels really great. So that should take care of it and save myself over $500, because it was going to be 500 plus taxes. And I got that for $60 Canadian shipped from Latvia. No customs, no duties, no nothing. A used part, but looks pretty good. So fingers crossed it works out. I'll let you guys know soon. If you enjoyed that video, hit the like button. If you're new here, subscribe. You want to talk to me, leave a comment down below. As always, thanks for watching. Follow along for more cheap DIY tips and tricks for keeping your vehicle in tip-top shape.